What's going on, guys? I just flipped this chart upside down. This is CRV. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at here as I'm in a trade on CRV now. But basically what we can see here, as like I said, it's upside down, so it might look a little confusing. But obviously when you see something, like a head and shoulders of some sort, that's going to be actually a bullish sign because the price action moving down in this case is going to mean it's moving up. But yeah, it might look a little confusing, but let's just go over it really quickly. So what we can see here is that when CRV hit my final target here, which is right around this, well, I had a target at right around 630, and we finally hit it, and I longed it from down in this range here, roughly in the $4 range and the $3 range, all that, and I ended up selling it up here. But I recently just got back in here right around this 450-ish area here. So we had this rising channel here, and then which is actually a falling channel, and then we broke it to the downside here, which is to the upside, and then we continued trending here. It looked like it was going to try to fake out and start coming back to back test, but the buyers just stepped right back in, and we actually just created another somewhat of a rising or a bull flag, which is actually a bull flag, but a bear flag, and then it just had the breakout here. So if we look down at the 1 hour just to see what's going on, we can see it created another 1 hour bull flag or bear flag here, and it's continuing to head down. So what my idea is right now for this smaller trade here that I'm in is overall I expect this maybe to come back to test this 630, but at least we can come down and maybe potentially come to this 572 area here, as we can see multiple wick touches on this trend line that I drew in here coming down. So just something that we're going to want to keep our eyes on here. But I do have a high conviction on this thing doing pretty well, and I think it's going to continue to do really well. And you can see this beautiful rounding action, which this is only on a 15-minute here, but this is a good thing to see when you're looking to potentially, get a nice move. So just keep our eyes on CRV here. Obviously, most likely it's not just going to come straight shot. It's going to have a few consolidations in between here, maybe come back down to this trend line here, 515. I'm not sure exactly how it'll play out here, but as of right now, it's looking very, very nice. And we can just see for resistance purposes, there's a lot of resistance sitting right around this range right here from previous points of resistance right here, 546. So that might be our first tap that we'll have before we have some kind of consolidation, maybe back to this trend line, depending on where it is when it hits. But there's a few areas that we can see pretty clearly for resistance, and we've already broken one of them so far, which was a lot of this chop action. So if we can clear through this, there's not much resistance here. You can see this strong move here. There's not much resistance until back to the 630 level. So really we want to see it break that 540